Alright, so Season 8 is finally here. I am so excited. I hope you guys are as excited as me. Let's get into what they have. We got some quality of life things, balance changes, of course, and awesome, awesome stuff in this new season. Let's check it out. So the first thing, obviously, that was teased pretty early on in the week leading up to the reveal is going to be instant replays. The instant replay beta has landed, and it is nothing short of magical, and they couldn't be more right on that. The instant replay is super cool. I found a little bit of bugs with it, but obviously that's to be expected. I really, really like this. If you want to disable it, you can disable it in your gameplay settings. And if you maybe have a lower end PC, I might recommend turning this off just until they polish it. I might actually turn it off myself just until it's a little bit more polished. I did have a game crash today due to the replay system, so you never know. Still in beta, still working on it, but all in all, super excited about this. The second quality of life change that they added that I think is super cool, looks a little bit confusing when you're looking at it right on the face value, but the match recap system looks really, really dope. When you finish a game, it basically gives you a little in-depth chart of how well you did and how well your team did, what you stole, what vaults you took, how many cash outs you actually completed. Super cool. I really like this. A nice quality of life thing that might actually help you get better in the long run. You can kind of see where you guys make mistakes. And of course, the two new weapons as well, the BFR Titan on the heavy class and the P90, very highly anticipated on the medium class. The P90 is really, really good. The BFR is really, really good as well. I think the BFR could use a bit of a nerf, I'm not going to lie. The range is crazy on it. The P90 is crazy as well with that 50 bullet magazine, but super, super good up close. Not really good at long range though, but I think the BFR is super strong if you have really good aim. And last but not least, on the quality of life changes, the grenade indicator. They finally added a little blinking light grenade indicator when you are close to a frag grenade, which is awesome. That always should have been in the game from the start, but I understand, and maybe this wasn't on their biggest list of priorities. This is definitely cool. Very nice quality of life change. Moving on to destruction. Now, they've changed destruction a little bit going into Season 8. Smooth destruction is actually something, as you can see here, if you drop a structure onto another one, it kind of collapses the whole thing, and they kind of were trying to tease that back in Season 7, but it looks like they've really perfected it. I really like the way that they did this. Very, very good job on their part. Smooth destruction is awesome. They also changed Kyoto and Monaco, and this is actually pretty cool. What they did on Monaco first is they added the sponsor suspended structures, kind of like they have on Bernal, and it actually changes the dynamic of the map a lot. It was kind of one of my least favorite maps before, but now, honestly, with these structures, it looks super cool. I played it a few times in World Tour. It plays really well. There's not really lopsided gunfights anymore. I really like it. Very good change. And of course, we have the two new sponsors. We have Holotal and Trentilla. Obviously, Holotal is not new, just returning, but Trentilla is new. Super cool. I went with Trentilla. I know a lot of people probably are going to go with Holotal. It's probably going to be the more popular one this season, but I like the green one. I like the color green. I think it looks cool. The vibes look nice. All right, on to the balance changes. This is what you guys are here for. This is what everybody wants to know because this determines how we're going to play the game for the next few weeks. Starting off hot and heavy, the H+ Infuser got a nerf, which I think is really warranted. That thing is very, very strong. It could out-heal so many things. Make the H+ Infuser down from 15 healing to 14 is very well deserved. Next one is something that only light mains are going to hate, but in my opinion, I think it needed to happen. They disabled thermal vision because they are going to be reworking it, and honestly, I think this is a perfect change because thermal vision and smoke grenades on light were absolutely insane, running rampant in my lobbies. Ever since I hit Diamond, I see every single person running thermal vision smoke. Every time it is without fail. If there's a light, that's the reason they're running it. Super insane, but they disabled thermal vision for now, so hopefully they can get a good rework out of that, and then hopefully it won't be as bad and won't be as oppressive. That was all the light changes. Some general changes that they made. They increased the damage done by the Crane Wrecking Ball from 10 to 75. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I didn't even know the Crane did damage to people. I've never killed anyone with it. I've never seen anyone die by it. 75 damage now, up from 10. That's kind of cool. Maybe I'll have to try and get a kill with the Crane Wrecking Ball. That'd be kind of funny. Moving on to specializations. First up here, Dematerializer. Decrease the number of charges from 3 to 2, which is actually insane in itself. Demat only has 2 charges now, so you can only open and close something once pretty much if you want to open and close the same wall. And they added a lot of new functions with Dematerializer. I'll basically pause right now if you guys want to read through all of it. The dev note is actually pretty long. I don't know if this is going to be meta still because we're going to go down a little bit here, and there's going to be some more things that I think you guys might think the meta will change because of this. They did change the Guardian turret though. They didn't do much to it. They just changed the cooldowns. They decreased them 40 to 35, and then when you're retrieving your Guardian turret, 20 seconds to 17.5 seconds. So your Guardian turrets comes up quicker. Obviously, they're not changing the damage because I think they're kind of scared to touch the Guardian turret damage because they're kind of afraid to make it OP, which I totally agree. If Guardian turret was meta, I think that would be insane. And the last one, healing beam, obviously, they increased the healing rate of the beam from 40 per second to 46 per second, which is actually insane. And the dev note here, I'll read you guys quickly. Since the healing beam is a specialization, it should be one of the more desirable healing tools in the game. Since the introduction of the H+ infuser and the healing emitter, aka Chuck, it has not been desirable enough. And honestly, I said that in my video too about fixing medium. This change allows the healing beam to go from 220 to 253 healing before overheating. This is good. I like this change. I think this is good. I hope healing beam comes back into the meta, but not too strong. I like the healing meta. I didn't really like the DMAT meta. I think healing beam is more fun. Makes you kind of play with your team a little bit more, in my opinion. Moving on here, they made some changes to Winch Claw. This is the last specialization that they changed. They didn't make it so it gets blocked by bears, unfortunately, but they did increase the cooldowns a lot. So they increased the cooldown when missing a target from 7 to 10 seconds. So if you miss your winch, you're really going to pay for it. You have a 10-second cooldown now. Increase the cooldown when successfully hitting the cash out station from 14 to 18, which is really, really insane. 18 seconds is a crazy cooldown. So you got to make sure you're winching the cash out or if it's actually worth moving the cash out. And the last one, increase the cooldown when hitting all other object types from 7 seconds to 14 seconds. So hopefully this brings it a little bit more in line. Winch Claw is still going to be good though. You can still move the cash out. It's the only way to do cash out manipulation very, very easily. And obviously pulling people right into your team, right in front of your face so you can barrel stuff them with shotguns is always going to be good no matter what the cooldown is. Moving on to weapons, they did change the .5 Akimbo. Decrease the damage fall off minimum range from 35 meters to 32 meters, giving the weapon slightly shorter effective range. Decrease damage fall off max range from 42.5 to 39, giving the weapon slightly shorter effective range. They basically just nerfed the range across the board. I do think that these things had crazy range, so let's hope this brings them a bit more in line of what they should be. I haven't tried them yet. If you guys have tried them, let me know what you think. The CB01 repeater, this is the next thing that they changed. You guys are going to freak out when you see this because I kind of freaked out a little bit too. They increased the damage from 84 to 88, which is absolutely insane. They nerfed the pike, actually. We're going to go down. I'm going to show you guys that as well. They nerfed the pike, but they buffed the shit out of the CB1 repeater. I'm not sure what they were thinking about this, but the repeater is going to hands down be meta right now. Maybe even for the major, if they don't change this in time, the repeater is going to be super, super good. They made some changes to dual blades and the riot shield as well. The dual blades increase how quickly sprinting is re-enabled after the second attack animation begins by 25%. Basically, your dual blades will come back quicker after using that final attack. Increase how quickly sprinting is re-enabled after the third attack animation. They're basically just making the dual blades a little bit faster. The riot shield as well, they nerfed the riot shield a little bit. Decrease the maximum speed and attack lunge to the target from 10 meters per second to 7 meters per second. So it looks like they decreased the lunge a little bit and the speed of the attack lunge target. So basically, they decreased the melee aim assist and they decreased the lunge size too. So kind of have to be a little bit closer to hit people with riot shield now. I don't know how much this is going to affect it because honestly, I didn't really notice that much of riot shield being that annoying. Going back to the weapons that actually shoot bullets, the LH1, they increased the damage from 42 to 44, and that was it. They didn't change any of the recoils. The LH1 still has crazy recoil, but it does 44 damage now. I don't think we're going to see an LH1 meta just because the recoil is really, really insane on it. If they do change the recoil, then you never know, we might be able to go back to it, but that would just be kind of insane because nobody really liked that in my opinion. I don't really know many people aside from light players that liked the LH1 meta. And then the final thing, you guys all know this was coming. Everybody in the world knew this was coming. The pike nerfs. They decrease the damage from 50 to 48. Decrease the damage fall-off range from 45 to 40, giving the weapon slightly shorter range. Increase the damage fall-off multiplier from 0.78 to 0.8, meaning the weapon now does slightly more damage at range. So they obviously increased the damage fall-off by a little bit just because they nerfed it down to 48. They probably didn't want to absolutely gut the weapon right into the ground. One quality of life thing I did forget to mention is they added the KBM support for console, which is kind of cool. Let me know if any of you guys out there are playing KBM on console and if there's any advantages to it or what it's like. I've never played it. I've never seen anyone play it. I don't know anyone who's ever played it. Guys, this is going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys are enjoying Season 8 as much as I am. I had super fun on the first day. Going to be jumping into those ranked games as soon as all those Ruby players get out of gold and get out of plat. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's it for me, guys. Peace out.